Hi, and welcome to the Selected Tech podcast, brought to you by a group of 4 MVPs doing webinars, sessions, and interviews on all things SharePoint, Office 365, and the Microsoft AI ecosystem. Their motto is learn, share, reuse. And here they are, Albert Jan, Rick, Stefan, and Tommy.
So, hello, good evening, and welcome. Tonight we're going to talk about form recognizers, some AI stuff, and even low code, because Rick actually built a Power App and he's going to show it off. So, really looking forward to a demo.
It's a really. Are you already making fun of my ugly Power App skills?
No. I'm just happy that you're finally joining the great side of low code development.
Yeah, it's actually the easiest way to get an app on an iPhone or on a phone anyway. So if you want something to be on a phone and you want to build it yourself, then be prepared for some not so fun times. And with the Power App, it's within seconds you have something on your phone. So let me start from the beginning. You see this piece of paper here. So my wife, she works for a brewery, and so they do different runs. So one day they create this kind of beer, and this kind of beer has to be. I think it's even in German. So half of it is in German, so you guys can even read it better than I can, I guess. But it says okay, this amount of beer and this amount of water has to be added because beer is actually not created as beer. It's created as really strong beer, and then they add water because it's cheaper to create strong beer and add water than it is to create beer that you and me both drink. So, and you need some, I don't know what's in here, the beer that they have to mix it in with, and what type of pallet does it have to be transported, and what kind of foil has to be in it, and they have to know the pasteurization value and stuff like that, because some stuff has to be pasteurized. So every time they get like a piece of paper like this, and my wife takes this piece of paper and she gets, do I have another one? I have another one somewhere, and then she gets the next piece of paper, and then she manually figures out what are the differences. So she takes the two pieces of paper and she puts them next to each other, and they actually print it. My life would be so much easier if this all was digital, but it's not. So yeah, bear with me. So she takes these two pieces of paper and she finds out the differences. Oh, this is different. This is different. We need a different piece of. This is this is the way it's stacked. This one is in 9 layers, and this one isn't. It's the same, for instance, but could be different. So she does that manually every X amount of time. Every time they change the recipe, every time they change the beer. So my wife was sick of it. So I said, hey, I can make this better. I'm an IT guy. Let's make this better. So I created a super cool Power App, which looks like very nasty like this, but it doesn't matter. Oh, and it's in Dutch, so it's from my wife's called Joke, so it's not a joke. It's just my wife. So the simple thing was create a Power App. So create a Power App, add a schedule. So it's a schedule, the thing on the piece of paper. So you can, because it's all built into Power Apps. You want to take a picture. So she clicks on picture, the camera on the phone pops up. She takes the picture and she uploads it. And whenever she uploads it, of course, because I don't have a valid Power Apps license or one of those expensive premium Power Apps licenses, so I need to keep it cheap. So I put it in SharePoint instead of Dataverse or whatever. So don't make fun of me, but that's the way it is. And I'm not paying 15 euros a month for my wife's work, so let's not do that. I want to put in some time because I find it fun, but I'm not gonna put in 15 euros a month. So she takes 2 pictures. Those pictures, they all get uploaded to a SharePoint library, the thing we all know, which is a cool thing. And okay, this took me some time because, of course, I asked my wife, okay, if you have this picture, what do you need to know? I need to know whatever things change in this table. I need to know what changes here, the FB024, this one, and then, oh, let me close this one, and then just a few things that are in here. So not that much, just a few things. So I added for everything I needed to know. I added a column, of course, the date on the box or whatever recipe you have to blend it or whatever. I don't know how they need to stack it, stuff like that. And then, of course, the table, that was a hard one because, the table can be lots of different rows. It can be, this one has 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 rows, but it can be like one with like 20 rows. And this one is, of course, they all write in normal handwriting. They also write stuff with it. She also needs to know that. So the table I just put in like a JSON. To do that, first thing I needed was, of course, some example data. So I just gave it a Power App with just adding the picture, and that was it. It didn't do anything more. I just said, yeah, take this to work for 2 days. Oh yeah, you already have your phone at work, but just take every time you do this, take a picture. So I have some demo data that I know what to do. And then you can go to the form recognizer. I don't have a connection right now, but it's actually very simple. So you create this thing in Azure, and then once you created it, you can just say, okay, open the form recognizer, upload some forms, and you just say, okay, this part I want to. This is a row in the table. This can change. This can change. This can change. So you just drag boxes around it, and it knows. Because of that, it makes all kind of entities in that, and it knows what has changed, so it can read all the text. It even can read the as you can see here, the handwriting. Sometimes where is the handwriting? It's I see the remark here, so it's in Dutch, but all the handwriting, okay, it's not perfect because it says in Dutch blikken opwerken, which is we make sure that all the cans are gone. So it doesn't matter if there's beer left, all the cans have to be gone. But yeah, it doesn't spell it okay, but like here, making sure all the beer is gone, that was spelled okay. But yeah, okay, it depends on which guy or girl wrote the piece of text. But still, it's okay. She can understand it if it's a little bit spelled differently. It's okay. And then you just so you upload all that the test data. I think I did 7 or 8 files, and then you train a custom model. So I trained a custom model, and then it just pumps that model into Azure, and then the magic happened. Then there's some API you can call. So I tested it around. There's some API you can call, and then in that API you can just say, hey, here's another form. That form has to be in a blob storage. So I have a blob storage here. And that form needs to be there, and then it can read that form and it can give you back all the information. So I have a blob container. See it's a private blob container. I put all the data in here. I just call the API and say, hey, here's that information you need, or here's the document you can read. Give me back the information. So nowadays she takes a picture of 2 of them, and then she just says compare. I get a list of all the information that's in SharePoint because I actually just created a webhook in SharePoint. So I have a simple Azure function. Is the webhook or an Azure function, or oh no, it's a queue. It's a queue. So I have a webhook in SharePoint.
But wait, Happy, that's real code, right?
Yeah, this is actual code. Why? Because
Fusion development, Tommy. Fusion.
no. Why? And you should know that because I already said that. I cannot call HTTP endpoints because I don't have a license.
Yeah.
So I needed to figure out some way to work around that. So the way to work around that was to create a webhook in SharePoint. So she takes a picture, the file gets uploaded to SharePoint, and I have a webhook which then downloads the file again to the blob storage, calls the API, and then puts that information into SharePoint. So it was simple webhook. So we get a trigger, and then it just says, okay, see, it's even hard coded. Take the client context, take all my hard coded keys. Yeah, it's for my wife. I don't need to specify any best practices because it doesn't care. And then this was also a hard part. I hated myself for doing that. Why? Because I created that many columns and that many information that I have to check every stinking column. And so I get that.
That was
I get
close,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, I get that. So I get the remark. I get to see if it's 0. If it's not, then put that as a list item. So yeah, I hated myself for that one because in the end I thought, oh, why didn't I just create everything like the table, which was easy because the table, it just says for each row in that table, add that as a row, because it also, the table always has 3 columns, I guess. Yeah, she just needs this column. She doesn't care about the numbers. The column, the description, and the numbers. I think it's the numbers. Description, and what was the middle one? Components. I don't know. She needs the middle number. So the first 3 ones she needs. So actually, if I knew that, I would have taken everything as a table, which was much easier because it just say this is a table, and it reads every line in that table. Just detects, it looks like a table, and it reads that line. So and then it's just a simple for each instead of checking every little thing you get back. Okay, that one. And then I just put that in SharePoint, and then in the end, actually, this was also very troublesome in PowerApps. It took me 2 days to get it working. So in the end, you can just say, okay, give me schedule 1 and schedule 2, and then just let me hide this one. Just compare the both of them, which is easy because you just don't. Yeah, you just need to check. Okay, this is information 1, information 2, information 3, and then for the table, that was a little bit hard because she wants to know. If things are the same, it doesn't matter because she doesn't need to change anything. The machine stays the same. If the force stays, just keep it on there, keep it running. But if something changes, that she needs to know. So I need to check. Is value A in row A? Is value B in row A? You know what I mean? So I have to check everything, and that was a little bit hard in PowerApps. I was a little bit struggling with that. Actually, it was easy because I found the solution online. The only problem was I couldn't get it to work in an iPhone. Some kind of bug in iPhone PowerApps. So it worked online, worked in the browser. I even tested it on an Android phone, worked perfectly. iPhone just was empty. So that was a little bit. I messed a little bit with that one. Let me see how I fixed that one. I think I used the premium feature because I got a mail yesterday that my trial license is expiring. So.
It might make sense that something like that works better in premium features.
Yeah. It was a.
Well, they did announce consumption-based premium features on Ignite, so perhaps that makes it a bit cheaper for you to run it.
Yep, I think that's
even more confusing, right?
It is confusing, but still, it's more options.
Yep.
I put it in a. Was it on start something or whatever?
I can imagine that the only way you can fix that is to make some sort of dynamic data source where you build two things and then compare them rather than trying to do that in memory.
Yep, it's just a normal start. I think I put it in startup on visible. Put it somewhere. I see. It's quite the. I have two collections. I do the collections first, so just check the first collection and then check the last collection and see what's the difference. So
yeah.
I think I put it in here. Nope. I put a timer maybe in there. Yeah, I put it somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's fairly simple to if you have it. That's Dutch. If there's like 20 different things you can find online to compare stuff.
Yeah.
It's just finding the one you need, and there's a lot of information to find around. So.
Yeah, it's a really interesting use case that, a fairly complex technical process. If you would build a dedicated application for this, then just getting something running on an iPhone is already a lot of work. Then making sure that it's all secure and everything is working is quite a lot of work. And now you can just do, let's create and it might be a hacky way, but it's still just, you create an application, that application is running, talk to some blob storage, use some AI stuff, and like 11 cents to run this for a month is fairly cheap.
Yeah, so it's super cheap. And actually, because those files, you see that those images, they got printed somewhere. So if I don't have access to any of the corporate data, so if I had access to that file, I could just actually upload it, write some decent code, and it would be fairly simple to print out a new file with the differences. But I don't have that, so you have to find a workaround. But it's cool that you can just take a picture of two different things and you get the difference back. So she now uses it. I have to. She doesn't use it all the time because actually it's a little slow. Why? Because of my workaround. Because she takes the picture, it uploads to SharePoint, and then the webhook has to kick in. So it takes she can the speed it takes to take two pictures with an iPhone is faster than running a webhook, calling the model, updating SharePoint again. So it takes like 10 seconds or 5 seconds, which is my wife's faster on the phone. So, but now they're all jealous at work because she does that way faster. So, and until now, I don't have any idea. She didn't say any wrong things, so it should work. So all the things that we really are needed are needed. So.
Yeah, you could even go one step further where you say, oh, you get an iPad instead of your iPhone, and you could show the same screen and then also show the images. So just in case you want to see what the images look and to validate whether the output is correct.
Yep. That could also, yeah, maybe that's a good idea. Maybe a cool next step to show the images. But yeah, they only have that much screen space on an iPhone.
Yeah, on an iPhone, it's not added value. But if you're on a tablet, you could have like an additional screen where you could browse to see some more details.
Do you know, Appy? Can you upload files also to blob storage with the Power App?
Yeah,
So you
premium.
could premium. Okay.
Yeah.
That used to be differently, but once the year that the prices went up that 3 times in 1 year, then it became
currently it's a premium connection. They did change the licensing a bit, but they made it cheaper. So a premium license is now not that expensive as it was, but I can imagine that for a proof of concept that you built for your wife just for the fun of it, you're not going to spend more than, let's say, a few bucks imaginary money, because if it's running on your Azure subscription, it's basically for free to play around with. But a PowerApps premium license is still either, what is it, like $15 a month premium, or 500 euros if you do the per app plan.
Per app thingy. Yeah.
So yeah, these costs don't compare to.
No.
But with the other way, you're just like uploading, and then you can call basically an Azure function to compare the images.
Upload it to SharePoint, and then that's the thing why it takes so long, I guess, because she uploads it to SharePoint, the webhook kicks in, it needs to download it, put it on the blob storage again, it takes.
Run your model and then return everything.
Yeah. Which is it's still fast, but.
Yeah, but it's a cool use case also for like using PowerApps in a cheaper way to validate your use case, or to because or at least let's put it that way. We see that sometimes that people are like, we need a mobile app for this, we need a mobile app for that, and with PowerApps you can really prove that hypothesis if it's really a mobile app, what do you need? Because if you're going for a proper, even a proof of concept from an app that really is native, you are talking about a whole different category of effort compared to just create a Power App.
Yeah, 2-3 months at least before you have something deployed natively, I guess. So yeah. See, it takes 2 minutes to run. It was she uploaded the picture at 11:02, and at 11:04 it was updated again. So around 2 minutes, which is actually it's too long. If you're waiting for it, women.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, but you've proven that it could work, and now you can make the case. Oh, do you want to implement it properly? It might take you 20-30 euros a month to get the licenses in order, but then you're good.
Yep.
So you can lock a new sales opportunity.
Yeah.
I think if I just built in even just a spinning wheel that it's busy to check the status and stuff like that, because now she takes a picture and it appears here, but it doesn't have any data yet. So it's weird, of course, because she just I'll take a picture, and then I click on compare, and then it's she clicks on compare, no data. This one's still empty because it's still loading, of course. So there is some work left, but. Yeah.
But it still messes with my brain that Martin makes beer now.
This one, that's they made beer for I don't know, 250 years already or something. Yeah, we had when was it, a few years ago, the 265th birthday of the brewery. So that's like
but in my world, Martin, wine, no beer.
Okay. It's all you see the names. It's all
cool scenario. Really cool scenario.
Cheap ass beer.
Cool. Then I guess that's it.
That's it for today.
Cool demo.
Yep.
Then see you.
I'll see you guys later.
See you next week.
See you next.
Bye.
Cool.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.